Hey guys, it's Sam. Long time no see. Well, I try to at least do a video a week and I haven't been doing that. And while that sometimes means that I'm in planner chaos, that's actually not what it has meant this time. I have been really enjoying this planner and it's just been very peaceful feeling. And sometimes it's almost like when I'm just kind of in the same thing. Maybe it doesn't feel like there's as much to talk about, I guess, but I have a lot of thoughts brewing for some videos that I would like to do concerning planner contentment and such. I just haven't had the time to like flesh it all out, and I don't want it to be like a big rambling session, which is what usually happens. So while I get my like act together and take notes and such, I'm just gonna hold off on that. But I thought for now I would just share this planner that I've been using so much. So this is just gonna be a look at my planner video, and that's pretty much it. So if you are interested in seeing how I'm using this planner, how it's been going, stay tuned. We might get a little bit of a cat in here. Gibby has decided to come and sit with me at the desk, so he is a very curious guy and he might pop his way in here and there. I do have this scrapbook paper, which isn't staying down incredibly well. I thought that I used something that was permanent, but maybe that's not the case. It's not bothering me either way. I just wanted something with some color to it rather than it being blank. I thought that the colors of this scrapbook paper, which I bought years ago, went really well otherwise. So that's what I have in here. I've added a couple of my vinyl stickers, and then I have one of these pockets that you get from the Target dollar spot or whatever it's called, Bullseye's Playground at back to school time, and I just have a photo of me and my husband here, a sticker that I haven't committed to what I'm doing with it that I got from Etsy for our new Subaru. And then I work at a bank, and one of our customers is Wendy's, and one of the Wendy's managers came in and gave us all little Frosty, I guess, passes. So anytime you go into Wendy's and you make any kind of purchase, you can get a free Junior Frosty. So I thought that was super fun, and it's just in my planner for now. Let's see here. I haven't been utilizing this. I have plans for it to be my PTO, but I just haven't been thinking about it, so I've left it blank. This was my major like vision for the year, things that I want to work on, which I need to be better about coming back and making sure that I'm like following up on these things. And then I started using this planner like full time this month. So my first goal, tidy and decluttering, and we have been hitting up our house a lot. I am kind of an organizational neat freak kind of person, but I am tired when I come home from work and I have 6 to 7 other people, depending on what time it is, living in the house with me, and they're not as naturally organizational as I am. And we've all kind of just been depressed. So purging things out of our daily lives has not been happening so much. And so every room in our house has something in it that's not supposed to be there. So we've been spending a lot of time focusing on, oh, hi baby, what needs to stay here versus what doesn't need to stay here. And so that's another reason why I've not been as like loud here on YouTube or Instagram, even, because I'm focusing my time crushing the goals that I have put together with the help of this fabulous planner. And we're getting ready to redo this office space that I'm currently in, and we've bought some things for it, and we're going to repaint it, and we've got like all kinds of decisions to make about this room, but none of the fun stuff can happen before we get every last thing out of it that doesn't need to be here anymore. So that's still a work in progress, and we're hoping to get that wrapped up in the next week or so, because you know, when you work full time, you don't have huge amounts of hours to do these kinds of things. So it's been a little bit slower of a go than I'd wanted it to be. We've got homeschool stuff in here. We've got my husband's study stuff in here. Of course, got all my planner stuff in here. We have a bunch of instruments in here. So it's definitely had a lot of decision making processes going to make this reality. So I haven't done any kind of back planning. I think that I eventually will, but that's just not my focus right now. I think that this is going to be the planner that lasts through the year with me, and so I do want it to be a complete year, but for now, I just haven't made that my focus. I am not a huge monthly planning person, just major things that have gone on. This, I never completely did this spread here. We had the COVID. We didn't do anything besides like be a nurse and take care of people that week. So I don't know how fleshed out that will ever be. Kind of same with this week. This is the first week that I was using this planner kind of full time, kind of getting a feel for it and everything. I think that when you go back and back plan things, because I was in a Sunday start commit 30, things look more neat when you're like writing things down all at the same time. And as you're planning day to day through the hours, it obviously your angle is going to be different. You might be using a different pen and it doesn't look as like tidy, and I'm absolutely fine with that. All right, kitty, we lost something. All right. So I'm just really liking several things about this planner. It doesn't feel high maintenance to me. It feels no fuss. I'm using ballpoint pens for the first time in, gosh, I don't remember, like 2000, since the year 2000. 2002 maybe, I think, is when I started using gel pens, and I never looked back. And just using ballpoint pens feels really natural in this planner. I think that the gel pens work as well, but I'm just kind of liking feeling like I am in a no fuss kind of period of my life with my planner, and I'm just zero stressed out about it. 0% stressed out about this planner, and it's checking all of the boxes for me that I need it to be kind of a, this is where I put my appointments, and then this is where I keep my memories, and it's becoming the same thing since I'm not good at journaling, and I'm not stressing out about it, and that has been so freeing for me. This area is where I'm going to put like stickers, photos of the month, and here we are, I don't know, closing in on the end, and I haven't gotten a lot here, but we like haven't done like special things or whatever, but there will be months when I think that this is going to be more filled than it is. I have not done the best, as you can see, with making sure that I get the thing done every single day, which is the whole point. But this is actually going to spill over into April as well, because we're just going to keep going. And I think from there that the whole mentality of trying to be more minimalist in our house is gonna be caught on for everybody. Like, even without saying it, our kids have been like bringing bags of clothes out of their room. Like, we didn't ask them to do that. They just see us working on it, and they're like, oh, I could get this out of my room, and I can get that out of my room. And even with this, I don't even know what we're gonna call this bonus room by the time we're done. It's been called many different things in the last 8 years, but even though it's not as pretty and put together as we ultimately want it to be, like, just having less stuff inside of it is freeing on its own. But I know already some of the things that I'm going to write down while reflecting on where my goals have been this month, for this first month of really going at it with this planner. And I'm happy with the progress that I've made, even though it's not perfect. My monthly overview here, again, just appointments. I didn't end up going to this. A little post-it note here to, I've chosen the paint, even though we haven't bought it yet, just to kind of keep my focus of where we want to be moving along with this project, but not stressing myself to think that it has to get done today. And that's kind of how I've been using this running to-do list. Sometimes I write things down knowing that it's not going to happen that week, but while I'm thinking about it, I take the time to write it over here so that I don't forget it when I think that it actually can get done. Like the book Homeschool Assessment. I'm not concerned about that getting done right this second, but it's something that I want to keep in my mind so that I don't forget about it. We have a couple of other expenses that have happened right around this time, and I still need to order contacts for the year, and that's got a pretty big price tag attached to it, so that this isn't an emergency for us to book the assessment right now, but I don't want to forget about it so that May or June rolls around and I still haven't made that appointment. So I like that I don't feel the need to pause my planning or to plan everything on post-it notes. Like there's this that I did, but I wanted to be able to like move it forward from a monthly goal to a weekly goal, and to be able to like bring that with me if needed. And I know that a lot of people call it like forward planning. Maybe I've called it that before, I don't know. But for me, that's what planning is, right? Not forward planning. It's just you're planning. You're planning your future, you're planning your day, you're planning your month, you're planning your week. And for me, I had held myself back from doing that when I was in a Hobonichi product, specifically because I was always fighting so much with a pen that I never knew what kind of pen I was going to be in week to week. So I didn't want it to look like odd against the other pen that I ended up using that week. So I always felt the need to put something on a post-it because I felt like I couldn't be comfortable. And I just think that pens look generally much different on the Tomoe River paper, and since I'm not using that paper, I'm not concerned. Right now I'm picking up any kind of ballpoint pen that I happen to see in front of me at the time, and even though it might be a little bit different looking, it's not so odd looking to me. And maybe that doesn't matter to you, but it does to me, that it's not causing me to like rethink everything that I'm doing, or like I just feel free. I feel like, oh, like today we got our haircut and we made our appointment for the next haircut, and I just wrote it down. It's not pretty, but it's there, and I didn't care. And I'm loving that so much. I still have not committed to something that I've done every single day in this bottom box, but I like that you can do it. I will get back to my workouts. And I think that that's where those will go in the end. But right now I'm just still focused on, I have an issue with my back, my L5, and I'm just kind of focused on getting the right supplements and stretching and stuff to make that feel better, so that I feel like I can get back into my workouts, because I'm usually like an all or nothing. I don't like go back into gentle exercises. I'm like, oh, okay, I haven't worked out in 6 months, so I'll start kickboxing and lifting heavy weights. So I'm not really helpful to myself in that. So the workouts haven't entered back in yet. And I'm sorry about this light. That's what I have to work with today. Hopefully you can see everything well enough. Yeah, so I'm just really enjoying this planner, and I feel like I haven't felt like this in a really, really, really long time. I've been using one of the Midori index clips, which seems to be eating up my paper just a little bit, but that's okay. To mark my page, I did take the ribbon bookmark marks, I think there were 2 out of here. I just don't like them. Messily just marking off when I have done something. You guys, we filed our city taxes for 3 years on Monday, and they were really busy, so they were like, so you're gonna have to like let us do these, and then we're gonna have to just mail you the results because we're too busy for you to know what's going on. And that was so bad for my anxiety, walking away not knowing the outcome of that. So I don't know if we owe money or not, but the taxes are filed, and that's like the biggest part of the issue for us. And you can now do our city taxes online, so I'll never have to go down there ever again in life, and that's just great. I knew that you could do them digitally this year, but because we were behind, I didn't want to try to like do that, because sometimes they can have like a little bit of leeway with you in person because we haven't filed. And I knew that whatever online program they were using wasn't going to be that kind to us. So I was like, we'll just do it next year when we haven't gotten behind. So all of our taxes are filed. That's been like on my weekly to-do list for 3 years now. So I feel really good about that getting done. But yeah, it's just a mixture of where I need to be at what time and little memories that I have written down around it. And I'm really, really, really enjoying that. So as you can see, I already have things that I've written down for the coming week. I put my work schedule up here. I have some training that I have to do, so I always write that down, which I didn't do previously in my Hobonichi, and then I would kind of forget about it, and that's not good. I have been utilizing scratch paper, post-it notes, note paper everywhere to kind of make up for the fact that I don't have blank pages everywhere to file away like I love in my rings, which I'm going to talk about that more in another video. Some realizations that I've come to with my planning style and why some things have worked when I wanted them so desperately to work. But for right now, like having an extra notebook or notebook pages with me so that I can just scratch something out of my head and not worry about it having a permanent place in my planner for things that aren't exactly plans, they're just like brain dumps, has been really working for me really well. And then just future dates are in here. Otherwise, like birthdays and things like that, which I don't know. Actually, this one I did not go back through and put all of my birthdays in. That was the Sunday start. I've been so busy that I haven't taken the time to go back through and do all of those, but I will. I did put some tabs that I had hanging around for the Hobonichi weeks, actually. And I just put these on here so that I can easily turn to the monthly page if I'm making an appointment or such. And there's not going to be as much that I can show you with these. So you have future planning pages for 2024 here. Now that is pre-planning in my opinion, because it's not the year that you're currently in. And then I have some trackers that I pasted in for my cycle. And then I have this one that I haven't moved over from my Hobonichi weeks yet. This is Alibi Designs Studio, and it got all messed up when I tried to tape it in and paste it in, but it's fine. And then here I'm just gonna have like a running to-do list of things that I obviously haven't started yet. I have a place to put YouTube stuff. I have a place to put other places that I'm earning money, all that kind of thing. So I can just keep I'm bad with keeping tax information, so I'm trying to make these pages about my taxes. And then the next pages, I'm just very broad categories here. Things that we want to buy for each of these rooms as we're redoing things or things needing replaced. You know, I'm always like trying to improve spaces, and like for the kitchen, we want to get like new contact paper for the cabinets that still have no doors, that haven't had doors in 8 years. I forget who shared this on Instagrams today. It was actually just today. Somebody shared these pens and I loved the color in the pack. So we went to our local Target, which is actually next door, where we had huge windstorms come through Ohio yesterday, and that whole plaza lost its power, and our Target is running on like half of their generator, so the entire store was dark except for their emergency lights and like 2 registers. And I found these pens. They're just ballpoint pens, and they're not of incredible quality or anything. They kind of make some noise, but they're thick enough for me to not make my hand feel weird, and they write smooth, and I love the colors. This is like all me. So this Altitude brand, I don't know, $5 or $6 for a pack of 6 at Target, I think. I don't know, $4, $5, $6, something like that. So I picked them up because they're pretty and I like them, and they'll fit in most pen loops, I would say. I have my hand stitched leather tea cover that has been stuck in customs for exactly 1 week, and I saw that it finally made movement this morning, and I'm like, finally, because I really am excited about getting a cover for this guy that's really simple and doesn't have a strap get in the way. So anyway, yeah, so I just wrote down that for each room area for a page, and then I've had this space here that has been a pen test page / sticky note holder, and that's working really well too. Let's see, I have some future YouTube video notes. This has some coupons for a new coffee shop that opened up. They brought coupons to the bank, and a Portland leather something that came in the mail that has a discount code on it. which this is the first piece of like Portland leather mail that I've ever gotten, and I'm like super geeking out over it. Some more Post-its, some stickers, and this is a little something I got at Target a couple years ago, and this is meant for like our menu plan and our shopping list. This is just little random notes that I've been able to put down. And then I have some stickers in the back of here that I want to put in my planner. And yeah, this is what I'm doing. And it just feels super, that's not going to fit there very well. It just feels super freeing, and just very natural, and I'm super happy to be in this planner still, really enjoying it. I just bring a pen and whatever Tombow I'm using that week, that month. I've been trying to do like a monthly color, and I don't feel weighed down, and I don't feel stressed out about planning, and it's everything that I have been looking for. I don't see myself leaving. I actually was like, I've made some realizations, which I mentioned earlier, and I'm not going to like go through it all right now, but I was like, okay, so I really do need to incorporate a rings planner back into my life in some capacity, which I still might do. So I put a Pocket Plus ring planner back together, bought a couple of new things, got it all ready, put it with this planner, and all week long I only reached for this, I only planned in that. Every time I opened up that little planner, I just didn't feel like writing anything in it, and I was like, what am I even doing this to myself for? And I put the ring planner away, and I was like, this is the one for me right now. And I don't know if I'll feel that way always, but I've had like 0 issues. The only thing that I have had issues with, I stuck a bunch more Post-it notes in, and that like solved my problems. So this has just been very freeing to me, and I am just doing what I want, and I'm loving it. And I would say that this is contentment for sure. And I'm really, really, really relieved about it. And I hope that even if this is not the planner for you at all, because I realize there are some downfalls to it, I don't think that the perfect planner is out there, and I feel like this is just perfect enough for me. But if that's not for you, I hope that you find the one that is, and I hope that you find it soon. I'll be back with more videos about how I think that maybe you can find that. I hope that they're helpful for you. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to subscribe. I can't wait to chat with you in the comments below about what is going on in your planner world. Talk to you soon.